Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the 95 North Sports Machine. I am your host, Alberto, your host of the 95 North Falcons Talk Show. And joining us today, a very, very special super fan we got on board tonight, Vinny the Falconator. Also on this panel, we got our favorite uncle, Uncle Steve, and the biggest of the ball, man, Big Low Kuntry. Thank y'all, gentlemen, for taking time out of your Sunday to come and kick it with your boy Berto on this beautiful Sunday evening. Gentlemen, how's your Sunday going?
It's going good, going good. Been working all day, and like I was telling earlier, we've got some really bad storms out this way. A lot of accidents and trees down, so I've had to stay over work a little bit, which is why I'm broadcasting live from my car right now, my truck. Mm-hmm. So bear with the dark light. That's all I got, but it's me, promised.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Big Love, what you cooking up there, man? How you doing, man?
Man, let me tell you something, boy. I ain't cooking up nothing. I just got finished leaving old Thomas' house.
Here we go.
Rise Up Tour. Shouts out to the Rise Up Tour. Cook some hamburgers and hot dogs, and old country boy ain't had to cook nothing today, boy.
All right. Cool. Unc, how's this lovely Sunday treating you?
I know it's treating me well, but I just want to let y'all know before we start. My biggest thing I'm gonna ask Vinny is, how do you associate with Big Country and why? That's after we finish this, I'm gonna get all the secrets from you.
Oh, man.
We'll go over that later on.
Oh, man.
Sounds good.
Man. Couple things before we go forward, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. John Brooks, man, always number one, man. Appreciate you always tuning in. Edward Mitchell, Jermaine, ATLGA Faithful. Heard that before. Kenny, Rhode Island friend there. Kenny there. Heard that before. RJ, ATL for life. Winston Thornton. Justin Swisher Sweets. The Cheesecake Factory. The Gifted Prodigy. Jay Black. King Richie. Michael. Dre Murphy. What's going on, Dre? Ty Dollar. LaMarcus Petty. Louis Algier. Tim. Ooh, I can't pronounce that last name, but hold up now. Carlosippi? Get back to me on that one. That one's a little tough for me to say. But, yes, gentlemen. Also, before we go on, just a special shout-out to Smitty, man. Smitty couldn't be on the show tonight, man. Please, let's keep Smitty in our prayers for tonight, man. Brother's going through some things, man. And just, hey, Smitty, we're pulling for you, man. We hope everything is okay with you, man. Yeah, man, just know that we're thinking about you, man. And, we hope to see you back on the panel pretty soon, man. Another one that I have, man, and this was a little bit near and dear to me. Shout out to my younger brother, Tyreek, man. The young man graduated college yesterday, first graduate out of the family, man. If you're watching, wait, you better be watching. I'll tell you that. You got to support your big bro, man. But, yes, definitely, man, congratulations to you, man. I love you. I'm very proud of you, man. And sky's the limit now, man. The future's in your hands. Can't wait to see what you do, man. But that's a quick wrap up on those things. Vinny, man, you have etched yourself in Falcons history, brother, with that line. Unbelievable. Please take us through the moments leading to that. How was that whole fan experience going to the draft and actually, being called on to call the 7th round pick for our Atlanta Falcons, brother?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I mean, this is my 6th draft, so I go to the draft every year. Well, minus the COVID that we did it in Goodell's basement, but I actually was one of the one of the fans in a little Zoom thing, so I guess I can kind of sort of took part in that draft as well. The draft is great. It's a great time. I mean, it's just full of energy, full of real die-hard super fans from all 32 teams. You get to meet people, you get to network with people, and this year was a little different. I actually wasn't picked for Inner Circle tickets, so I didn't have any. But me and Thomas, we squirmed our ways in anyway. We kind of know where to stand, who to talk to, and what to do as far as that. Got some standby seats called seat fillers in case the people don't show up. They want it to look busy, crowded, and so all the seats were full, but what had happened was I went down and spoke with our representative of the Falcons. She was actually new. This was her first year doing the draft. Introduced myself, let her know who I was, told her if there's anything she needed, let me know. If there's any empty seats pop up, let me know. So Friday night came, and I sent her a text, asked if she had any empty seats. She said no. And minutes later, she just sent me a text and asked if I would be interested in doing a pick on Saturday. So I was like, absolutely. So that set up, it was just great opportunity. That was one of the things for sure on my bucket list.
Ooh,
and I didn't think it was going to get knocked out that quick, but
That's
it
awesome.
did. So I had no idea who I was what pick I was going to do. I know we only had 3 picks on Saturday, 1 fourth round, 2 7 rounds. And fan of the year from last year, he actually did 4th round pick, and I did 224, which was the first 7th round. So it was a long day, but it was good. It was I was extremely excited and honored that they had picked me, and I was worried that I didn't do them as proud as I thought, because I gave that little clap back, but they seem to enjoy it because they're taking off with it. So yeah.
That was an amazing clapback, man. And you, it was like you were bracing for something to be set up there, man. And lo and behold, that junk 28-3 came up, and you just knew exactly what to say, man. That was it, man. That was the best, man. I remember watching it live, bro. I erupted. I'm like, oh my God, this man deserves a fucking round of applause. Season tickets, whatever this guy wants at his disposal should be free, man. That was amazing, man. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I said, I didn't realize, without the comments, you can't hear the commentary, so you couldn't hear Rich Eisen and them just going, laughing and just taking it to where they took it. I kind of just said it and walked off. Really about 30 minutes later, I guess I didn't realize until then how viral it actually went. A couple of guys had sent me some Twitter feeds, like 6 or 7 different feeds, and they already had, like, at that time, 50, 60, 70,000 views. And I mean, it's up to like 5 million something, I think, on TikTok right now.
Wow.
But it's crazy. But so, yeah, I didn't realize. And it was funny. One of the guys, around 2:00, he sent me a text. And he said, friend Harmon, he said, when you go up on stage, make sure you do something that goes viral.
Oh,
and
wow.
I just said LOL, like,
Yeah,
I don't even know much about the whole viral thing, but apparently I do now. So,
man, more than ever, brother, more than ever, excuse me. Rich Eisen was one of the bigger, one of your bigger fans that night, man. He laughed like, he was laughing his ass off, more or less. I know you got a chance to, talk to him. How was that experience talking to a guy such as Rich Eisen, well known in the media world? What was that like?
Well, actually, he talked about it on Monday morning show, and it was supposed to take place on Friday, but had to get rescheduled. So it's actually going to be Monday. Yeah,
okay.
So it's going to be this Monday. Yeah.
Awesome, man.
So,
So you hear that, Falcons fans, man? You guys got to tune in, man. See old Vinny in there.
I think it's 12.
Yes,
I think it's 12 to 3 Eastern time. It's on the Roku channel and also channel 202 on Sirius XM. So, but I'm going to. I think it's going to be around 1:00, if I'm not mistaken.
Around 1:00. What you got?
Yeah.
I apologize. I think
No.
That was my.
You're good.
I thought you froze up.
Oh.
While I have the Floyd for a second.
Yes,
Vinny,
sir.
One of the things that was so beautiful in the moment that you weren't scripted. You weren't.
No.
You didn't have. Only thing you had was the name of the person,
Mm-hmm.
and for that Falcon spirit, that Falcon edge to come out like it did, and pretty much like slap them in the face like that. I know it was probably a little bit out of body experience, but like, hey, I'm here to read a card, but I need to shut you up right quick. How did that feel in the moment when you did that?
Right. Yeah, there was no script at all. I mean, The only instructions we were given was she gave us the card, and our instructions were read the card and come back, and that was it. And most everyone listened to that. There was a few people who had lived a little bit. My biggest thing was, like I said, I'm sure you guys probably heard the scratchiness or the high pitch up and down of my voice. I lost my voice. Yeah, I lost my voice Friday night. We went to just being at the draft, and we went to a couple of after parties.
Woo.
And so I woke up Saturday, and it was just gone. And I'm like, really, of all days, I would have no voice. So I was stressing that all day. And the part that you guys didn't see in the beginning was, I was like, well, I'm just going to go out there and I'm just going to address the voice situation before anybody else just talks about it. So I went out there, and I went out there and I said, Kansas City, what's going on? I said, if your voice doesn't sound like mine, you're not doing the draft right, baby. So
Yeah,
everyone
man.
started yelling and screaming, right? And
That was
so as
dope.
as they were yelling and screaming, I'm thinking that's what kind of caused Rich to kind of turn his head to see the monitor, because he was talking about the monitor was right there to see what's on. And he was talking about on the show on Monday that they were kind of just at a lull and didn't really have much to talk about. And the crowd cheered a little bit. He turned, looked, and seen this guy in a big red suit. And he's like, with the big championship belt over his shoulder. He's like, let's go down to the podium, see what this guy's talking about. And so it's really thank goodness he did that, because it probably wouldn't even made TV. But so I did that. Gave props to the front office. Let them know what a good job I felt they were doing in the off season, and right out the pick. And after my intentions were, after the pick, I was going to just raise the belt up and just say rise up. Nothing crazy, just go. So I had said that and gave the pick. And yeah, it came from the crowd. I don't know who it came from. It just came to the right of me. I mean, there was thousands and thousands of people there, and it was just 28-3. And it just happened. And it's because, we go, we travel with the Rise Up tour group, and, have season tickets in the Dirty Bird Nest in the Mercedes-Benz. So we get it from both ends, because you guys know, I mean, sometimes it's the same amount or even more away fans than there are home fans in Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, so we deal with the 28-3 all the time, and kind of get numb to it. But that's usually my clap back, just like a good one. Really good one. So, and sometimes I take it a little further with them ain't fans, because they tend to do it a lot more than anyone else, even more than the Patriot fans, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
sometimes,
yeah, I mean,
sometimes.
Go ahead. Oh,
sometimes, man. Come on, look, I want y'all to know something. Ben, I know we have known each other like 2 years.
About that, yeah.
Got like 2 years. We really got to know each other a little bit more this past year. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The thing about Vinny is, like, that's nothing. What he said on TV, that's not anything new. Like, that's who Vinny is. That's who the Falconator is. So it's like when he says that sometimes he give them a little bit more, it ain't sometimes. Vinny gives these folks the business. Whenever old boy said that, I was like, oh, he got off easy. That's what I was thinking. I was like,
right. Well, yeah, and that's what my wife said the same thing. Actually, she was like, I'm just glad that's all you said. So, but yeah, so you get numb to it, and that's a lot of it. It's like a good one. I mean, it's old. It's 6 years old, and it's kind of like, it's like when a lot of people will say it when they don't really have knowledge of football. It's kind of like when you're in middle school and you're arguing with somebody and you ain't got nothing else to say, so you're just like, your mama. It's like you got nothing else to say. It's just something dumb. And Say fans do that a lot. Their big thing with us is how many rings you got? How many rings you got? I'd be like, one less than you. You ain't a dynasty. Calm down. Y'all still suck. So it ain't nothing crazy. But let's say we get it all the time. And then when you dress that way, the way I do in the outfits and things, you're gonna get it more. And I expect that, but my skin is thick, so it doesn't really bother me. So, but when I heard it, I did, like you said, out of body experience. I did kind of forget for a second where I was, and just blasted it, and just like 28-3, good one.
Brother, that was awesome.
I think the funny thing was, like, it was definitely the commentators made it when they reacted the way they reacted, and then the more and more I watched it and analyzed it, and I did kind of turn with that attitude and just stomp off. So kind of like a mic drop moment. So it all came together, and like I said, it wasn't expected, but like I said, here we are. So
yeah. Before we go on, give a shout out to Greg B. GQB Custom Kicks. Thank you for the $2 donation, man. Thanks for the shout out for my business, ATL for Life. Absolutely, folks, and everybody in the chat, man. If you follow that _ on TikTok, this brother does some amazing work on custom shoes. That's the plug, Uncle Steve. There it is. Lo and behold, made by yours truly, man, Greg.
I'm gonna check that out.
Those are dope.
Yeah,
I got those are nice. Those are terrific. So if y'all got some time, man, go check them out, man, for sure, man. And we got another one here. Wow. Kevin Hicks, appreciate you, man. $20 donation. We appreciate that very much, man. Has a quick question. Does our defensive pickups in the draft and free agency put us in the top 10? And what's the look we will be giving on offense? Perfect question. I love the question. I think with how free agency rounded out for us defensively, we've remade and reshifted the defense entirely. I think we're going to see a lot of more pressures. I think Ryan Nielsen has the pieces in his arsenal to deploy at any given moment. With having Caden Ellis, a player that he had before, David Onyemata, he's going to know exactly how to put these guys in a position to win. So I expect a significant turnaround in this defense. The Clark Phillips III edition is one of my favorites. He's going to come in from day one in battle, whether that be with Mike Hughes and the nickel or wherever. Who knows? I mean, he's played on the outside. He's played on the inside. Well, hell, for all we know, he might challenge Jeff Okudah on the outside. We just don't know. But I like the pickup. The Harrison pickup is a little bit of a question mark for me, but that's just my personal opinion. I think we could have went a different route that way. He's a guy that not ultra productive, I should say, in Ohio State. But he has good qualities to him. He has a high motor, and he's going to learn from Calais Campbell. So, I expect big things out of him, maybe possibly year 2. And offensively, line up, and I dare you to stop our run game. It's smash mouth football from pillar to post, quarter number 1 to quarter number 4. That's my take on that. And you gentlemen, please chime in on this question if you can.
No, I mean, I think you're right. You're right on target with that. Yeah, I mean, I think Phillips is going to – I mean, he has that potential to start. And, I mean, he does have some competition, but he's going to be strong. And that I mean, we filled in our pieces, what we needed in free agency, which is why we picked up a couple of defensive players, but which is why we went where we did, especially in the first round. I mean, so to have Algier and Robinson in the backfield and to move Patterson back to where he needs to be and utilize him more special teams in that slot, maybe, third down receiver, what he was designed to actually play for. And we have Ritter, who's gonna shine. He did pretty good last year. 2-2. Mm-hmm. However, even if he doesn't, for some reason, we've got those two guys in the back that's gonna have his back. And we got use clock management and get the defense on the field just when needed. I think we're gonna do well. I think we're really gonna do well.
I think it's real easy, because we're in the numbers world, to start talking about top 10. You know what I want us to have? I want us to have a competent defense. And when I mean competent, I mean a defense that can get off the field, that can just be able to do some basic stopping. There's no disrespect to the last 2 rosters we had, but now we have a veteran-laden defense now. And we should be able to stop some folks. And that's what I'm looking for. I know everybody's real hot on top 10, top 15, top 10. You know what? Just stop the next team. Kansas City wasn't a top 10 defense, and they won the Super Bowl. So I'm more concerned about just being able to get off the field enough, because I think our offense is going to help stay on the time of possession for us. But I think the defense just do a much better job than the other guys did last year or the year before.
Okay. Right. What you got, Lo?
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with y'all. I'm more excited to see what sort of creativity the offense is going to have. I'm excited to see exactly like what sort of running scheme we're going to use in regards to the Bijan Robinsons. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I would like to see a lot of inside zone run blocking. Just for the most part, that the thing with the inside zone run blocking scheme is that if you get past that linebacker, it'll be one of those cases where you have a better chance of creating an angle on that safety. That will create those more explosive runs opposed to that outside zone run blocking scheme where that safety can get a better angle on you. So that's what I'm more excited to see, exactly how we're going to be running the ball and the formations and everything. I'm expecting a lot of 12s and 21s. 21.
21. Shout out 21 Savage on that one. Yeah, Vinny. So since we're talking about the draft, Vinny, what's your overall what would be your overall grade on the Falcons draft this year? Did you like the Bijan Robinson pick? Because that's a popular question that a lot of folks have been asked.
Right. I liked it. I like it now. I like it now more so than I did at first. I was kind of thinking, with Carter still available, that they were going to go Carter. I really did. And then we were talking with a lot of other people, and then Philly behind them was going to pick up Bijan. Behind us was going to pick up Bijan. But when we didn't pick him, and I was discussing it with other fans, not only Falcon fans, but just like I said, just football fans in general. Everyone down there is just knowledgeable of the game. That they love the game, so they're down there. We talk about it, and they were talking about how well he was going to fit, and it just made a lot of sense. It made a lot more sense, and I'm really comfortable with it, and the reason why we did it, and I understand it, and I'm just excited and looking forward to next season for sure with him. So he seems like a really good guy. After the pick, he came down to our area in the inner circle, and took pictures, took selfies. And once again, last year we gave Drake London the championship belt when he came down, and this year we were able to give Bijan a championship belt, take pictures with, and also he stayed at the same hotel as a couple of the Falcon fans over the weekend. Well, just through Friday, and they were eating breakfast, and he saw them, and he came down, was talking with them. Really nice guy. Signed some autographs for them. So he just seems like a real genuine guy. Seems like he's really happy, and I think he's good. I kind of think he's happy with his pick as well. So that's a good thing. So,
can I ask you another question, Benny? I know you mentioned the Rise Up tour, and this week they're supposed to release the schedule for the upcoming season. Are there any games that you're looking at that you say, "Oh man, I gotta be there"?
I say that to all the games. So yeah,
solid,
right. But my wife doesn't necessarily say that to all the games. So we kind of look at the schedule and we come to a collective agreement of which ones I don't want to say can and can't go to, but should and shouldn't go to. So so like last year, for instance, we had the Baltimore game and it was on Christmas Eve. And
that's right.
So that was one of the games that she felt I shouldn't go to. So I did that. So I didn't go to that one just because it was Christmas Eve, and we still got kids running around. But with the Rise Up tour, what we've done, we've actually started doing a thing and assigning some people in the group as ambassadors. And what that takes place is, like, instead of it just being on one or two people's shoulders, setting up the meet and greets and doing this and that, somebody like one group or one team focus on just one particular city. And they plan that, and then another group or person plans another city. And so last year we did Cincinnati, me and my wife. So we planned the Cincinnati trip, and we planned the meet and greet, and we did we did like a trivia contest during the day. In the afternoon, there was about 30 or 40 people showed up for that. And then at night we had a meet and greet. And so this year, I live in North Carolina, and I'm about 4 hours. Yeah, I didn't know if you knew that or not. So yeah, I live in North Carolina. Yeah.
Cool,
so,
man.
If you want to disconnect me now, I understand. No problem.
No, man. I hope to go down to the Carolinas too. That's one of my targets. Unc and I speak all the time. The Jets, and I always say, no pressure to the New York game. I'm in Rhode Island, so I drive over. Okay. So that's nothing to me. But one stadium I haven't done is the Carolina.
You're not missing nothing, but yeah, it's all good.
I got to check that one out. Right, I got to go to that one too, man. But that's awesome, brother. Yeah, so I'm about 2 hours. I'm about 2 hours from Charlotte. I'm Western, about 3.5 hours from Atlanta. But I was saying that to say this. This year we played Nashville, so we've kind of already thrown our name in the hat to be the ambassadors for the Nashville trip. So definitely looking forward to that. And I've got some family out in Arizona, so I probably want to go check that out and just also see them. And I'm originally from New York as well,
So
cool.
I'll probably go up to the Jets and check that out
I'll
for
be
personal
there.
reasons as well. But Chicago, I haven't been to Chicago yet, so I'm looking forward to that. Kind of hoping it's a cold game. I know a lot of people say they don't want the cold, but I like the cold. I mean, we're spoiled and the comfort of the roof, but I mean I played football,
Yeah.
middle school, high school, played some semi-pro, and that's just football weather. So I mean, I like the cold. We went down to Buffalo last 2 years ago, and it was January 6th, I think.
Yep.
Minus 10 degrees, like 4 or 5 inches of snow.
Awesome game.
I was out there with no shirt on, so I mean, it was all good. So, but I'm hoping Chicago is a cold game, and other than that, besides the NFC South games, then we've got Jacksonville and a couple others, but there's rumors that Jacksonville might be international, but I don't know if that's true or not. So we just have to wait and see.
They got to stop that, man. They got to stop those international games. It really robs the fans of an actual home game. So that's
so we'll see. So we'll see. Once the schedule comes out next week, I'll have a long discussion with the wife, and we'll see which ones I can make and which ones I should make and which ones I shouldn't make. So.
Are there any tips that we need to know on how to ask said wife on which games to go to? Do you have any tips?
Well, I think this year is going to be a little bit different because of the whole this whole 28-3 campaign that I'm running, I guess. So she's kind of actually into it a little bit more. I mean, she's always been into it. She goes to all the home games, but she'll go to a few away games here and there. But she's got to be back to work on Monday, and she's important. She got an important job. I don't have that much of it. I mean, I have an important job too, but she stays busy. So she kind of always got to be back on Monday morning. But I think she's going to be a little more lenient this year because of my new stardom. So we'll see. Hopefully I'm definitely going to use that to my
benefits,
advantage.
brother.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll reap the benefits for whatever the Falcons throw my way, and definitely whatever she throws my way for sure. So,
man, oh man,
you've already solid that. I look forward to seeing you on the intro for the season this year. I guarantee you. You're going to be a part of that. You already know it.
Yeah, I'm sure marketing's going to roll with it. I mean, just that thing they released Friday, the draft illustrations, the cartoons. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. I mean, that was a surprise, and it's like my phone started all over again from like last Saturday. Just people blowing it up and sending the pictures, and I thought it was really cool. It was really neat that they included me in the draft class pictures. I thought that was really cool. So.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. I know next week, along with the schedule release, one of the first installments of the minicamp start. I believe it's the 12th and through the 14th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about this Falcons roster this year, Vinny, than compared to any other, or compared to last year's? Let's just put it like that. What are you most excited now about?
I mean, just that. Just hopefully that everybody stays healthy. I mean, Ritter came out the end of the year, so I mean, he's pretty much working with a whole new team. Once he comes out, I mean, Pitts was down. He had Drake, but everything's going to be together and mesh, and he's just going to have a whole new offense to work with, a brand new offense to work with, and it's pretty much. I mean, it's his team. He's head of the table right now, and he's got a lot of stuff to prove, and he's got a lot of people to prove wrong. So I think he's going to come out there and just show everyone what he's got. When he got drafted last year, we were actually in Vegas when it happened, and we were talking with a lot of guys who were sitting in the Bengals section, and of course they were Bearcat fans, Cincinnati Bearcat fans as well, and they had come up to us and was talking to us about him and his character and how well he played, because I didn't follow Cincinnati football that much, So, but they really followed his career and were really letting us know how good of a pick he was. And I think he's just he's got a lot to prove, but I think he wants to prove it. So he's going to go out there hungry, and hopefully he'll prove all those haters wrong. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
We have a question over here. Oh, go ahead, Uncle. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Alberto.
we have a question for you here from one of our viewers, man. It says, the Falconator, what's the craziest road game you've been to? Whoo! I got
I don't know. I guess it would probably have to be craziest as far as like what I'd say the Buffalo game of 2 years ago. Just because of the snow, because of the conditions, because of the weather.
Yep.
Because I was intoxicated with no shirt on.
Yeah.
So it was crazy on a personal level. I guess though, also one of the best games that we came away with a victory was the played the Saints. I think it was last year?
Yeah,
when we had the lead and then we almost lost it. We came back and Patterson had that 60-yard pass run on the side. Yeah, because most of the Saints had already left. We were on about the 40-yard line for that game, about fifth or sixth row. And but most of the Saints fans had left because we had such a large lead, and we kind of lost the lead. We do that from time to time, as you guys know. But so I almost had like the entire row of from like probably like our 40 to like maybe their 30. It was like empty. And when Cadero got that pass, or I can't remember if it was a pass or a run, but when he made that play, and I was like running with him because I had the whole aisle and I was just screaming, go, 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 go. So it was fun. It was fun there, and it was fun to come out with that victory and with all those Saint fans. And when we left, guess what we heard? Still 28-3, but you know what? We won the game, so I didn't care.
It's the area.
Yeah,
it's the area. I was at that game. I was sitting right where the tunnel, because there's only one tunnel for all teams to come in and out of.
Yeah.
So I was on that, and it was snow. That was my first snow game ever, and it was cold as hell that day too. Of course, Buffalo being Buffalo. I wouldn't even rank that. I think if I had to rank, I think Philly for me would be the worst road game experience I've ever had, and not personally, just watching and seeing how disrespectful those fans are.
Yeah, those fans are terrible,
brother. And that's they come in all shapes and sizes, man, with the disrespect. You know, kids,
3 years
grandma,
old,
grandpa.
90. Yeah,
seriously, best way to put it, right there. Bang. It was horrible. Horrible, man.
Agreed.
Smitty has a question in there, and Smitty asking you, who's the coolest fan you've ever had a conversation with?
Falcon fan wise, or just in general, or
we got to guess just like you.
Give us one and one if you ever had that privilege.
I'll take it one step further. You know what? Let me get permission to add on.
All right.
Either fan or personality you've ever had a conversation with. How about that?
Somebody I think about. We meet so many different fans, and we've got I guess the coolest fans, even though they are NFC South. But we've kind of developed a really solid relationship with this group of Buccaneer fans. They're in a group called the Crew Life, and because when we go, especially when me and Thomas go, we try and sit in the same area every year. So when we do, we're around pretty much all the other season ticket holders for that team. So we develop relationships with them. But they're just a great group of guys. Even though we're rivals, we get along. They were down in Kansas City this weekend. We went and hung out with them on Wednesday night before we all went out, and they were actually right behind us in the inner circle. Just really, really good guys, and just a fun bunch of people to get along with. So I guess that would probably be my coolest fans wise, as far as opposite team. And as far as home teams, I don't know if I have just a coolest fan. I don't want to. There's just so many that I get along with. I know that's a generic answer, not what he's looking for. But just to pick one particular person, I probably couldn't do that. We've got a lot of diehard fans, believe it or not, and we just that's one of the things that I love about the game too. Not just the game, but just meeting everybody up on Sundays and and just having a good time.
Yeah.
That's one of the experiences when you do get a chance to go out of town. We went to the New Orleans game last year for Ritter's first game. And, of course, there's the rivalry, but there's some fun in it, too. If you're with the right fans and the energy is, we're rooting for our team. But at the end of the day, to your point, probably like you were saying with the Tampa fans, y'all can have a good time, laugh. I enjoyed interacting, took some pictures with them and all of that. So I understand where you're coming from with that. You get a good group of folks. It doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, even in New Orleans, I mean, as much as we don't like each other, I love going there. I mean, the city, we have fun in the city. There's a lot of things to do in the city. We have a good time. We always have a great time. The people are really nice. Until game time,
Right.
So I mean, once game time comes, the gloves are off, and we're Falcon fans and there ain't fans. But for the most part, the weekend, where it's respectable. There's nothing crazy going on, and that's the difference between them and Philly. As soon as you step off the plane, you just public enemy number one.
Absolutely.
So I definitely see what you're saying with Philly.
Oh my God.
Because they're just terrible just from the get go. Yeah. So it's just bad.
It was so bad. The parking area it began there. I had to walk right through the thick of it all, man, to get to the stadium. And it was unforgiving from the minute that I closed the door till I got to that darn stadium, dude.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You have to have thick skin because they will personally attack you, and they don't even know you from a hole in the wall, man.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm,
I have another question over here from Antonio Holloway for you. Falconator, what was your favorite move of the off season?
I guess I don't really have an individual person. Just really what they've done in free agency as a whole with defense. I mean, they really addressed the pieces that we needed with some veterans, with some solid players. They didn't just take it all and chance it on the draft. We had money, so they used it. They used it wisely, and they picked up some pieces and really put it together. We're gonna do really well. We've got the pieces we need. Because we were kind of there. We were almost there last year. I mean, we were in the playoff hunt till week 17?
Yeah.
So week 16, and 7. I was saying the other night, 8. I think it was 8 of our 10 losses were by less than a touchdown. So, but then 5 of our 7 wins were less than a touchdown. So we were there, and last year, as far as strength of schedule, I think we had the second toughest, or maybe even the toughest schedule by strength of schedule. Right. So to hang in there the way we did with who we had to play, I think we've definitely got enough to get over that hump and work well in the red zone. The red zone was our killer, but I think now with Robinson in the back and Algier, Algier did great last year. He was a super surprise. Hopefully he's not going to hit that sophomore slump. But if he is, we got Robinson right there, but he's not gonna. So we've got all the pieces, and I think Coach Smith's gonna work it where he needs to. Terry's done what he had to do, and now it's up to Coach Smith and the rest of the guys. So
I have an interesting one right here. As a matter of fact, if Ritter is competent, playoff is realistic. Ritter is the question. Thank you, Russ, for that question. Boy.
Yeah, well, I saw a stat today. By comparison of Ritter's first 4 games and Matt Ryan's first 4 games. And actually, Ritter's were a little bit, they were about even, but Ritter's were a little bit more impressive than Matt Ryan's. So, we can't judge that 4 games. And I think he knows where he's at. And he's gonna do good for us. I really do. I really think he's gonna do good. So. But he definitely is the question. He definitely is the questionable piece right now. But and that's just more of an edge he has to come out and prove everybody wrong. So
I think I was one of the guys, to be quite honest with you, Vinny, that was very skeptical. I thought we should have attempted prior to us naming him the quarterback. I thought we should have try for one of the free agent quarterbacks. But now I get the plan. Now that they've gone through free agency, built around, had the money to do what they need to do. I'm gonna support the kid no matter what.
Right.
But, I would be lying to you as a longtime Falcon fan, and you're yourself, to say that I'm 100% there. But I am hoping that he can come through. Those stats can be deceiving sometimes, especially when you talk about the end of the year. You're playing a Tampa Bay team that's really got nothing to do.
Right.
Arizona team, same thing. So I do get that.
Yeah, I like to go a little bit in a different round and just put a little bit more pressure on Dave Ragone and Coach Smith. I think they have a lot to work with, and it's going to be very key to how they, use that arsenal that, at their disposal. Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier. I think points should be coming aplenty this season coming. I think there's no excuse whatsoever. And to whatever competency Ritter has or not, you have an elite run game. You should be able to go ahead and be in most of these games, if not all of these games. Simplify it for Ritter. I think play action needs to come alive in this offense because we have two backs that the NFL world's going to respect next year. And we have key weapons coming back as Kyle Pitts and, we acquired Matt Collins and Scotty Miller. I think those guys can have a giant, contribution to this offense. But one guy that a lot of folks kind of fall behind on is Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith, I think, is probably going to be the beneficiary in all of this. All these great acquisitions that we had, he's kind of the one that's kind of like, oh, yeah, that's right, we have him. So I look for Ritter to have an excellent season, but I put it more towards, how Arthur Smith and Dave Ragone can draw up a plan Sunday in and Sunday out, man.
Exactly. I mean, and that was his whole scheme in Tennessee. So
yeah,
I mean, I think that's what he was kind of doing, and he pretty much designed Derrick Henry, and he's kind of doing the same thing here. And I mean, it worked well for them there. So we'll just have to wait and see. So, but I'm hopeful and excited about the season. So,
very much so, man. Well, Vinny, we appreciate you coming, man. It's been an honor for me. It's been amazing. I'm rooting for you as a goddamn fan. How many people could say that you're rooting for a fucking fan, dude?
That's crazy.
Man, you have put us on the map so much more than anything, man. And as we talked about before we went on air, folks, here I'm gonna put a link in the chat, man. If you guys want to be a part of what happened draft night, the very words that Vinny uttered are etched in a shirt. If you guys want to, I'm gonna put it in right now. The link is in the description. Please go and follow it. Proceeds are going for a very, very great cause, and with your help, folks, man, I'm sure Vinny and family will definitely appreciate it. So, Vinny, man, I appreciate you taking the time, joining us. It's been an honor, man. It's been a privilege. I appreciate you taking the time off your schedule. I hope to see you at one of these games, maybe the Jets game, maybe that Carolina game, brother.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we can link up, man, and just have a great time. Unc, you want to add anything on before we go?
Yeah, buy Ford. I need you to get a Ford. I need you to get off that Chevy stuff, man.
Gotcha. I'll work on that. And I'll hope to see you guys. I guess towards the end of the season when I get fan of the year 2023. So let's go for that.
Absolutely, dude.
Let's push it.
Man, deserve it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
You already got it wrapped up, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's what I keep hearing. So we'll see what happens, but we're gonna push it. We're gonna campaign for it. So
yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We got you, brother. You take care, man.
You take care.
Right,
Blessings to you and your family. Have a great night, brother.
Appreciate what y'all do. Thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you, man. Thank you.
Wow, that's awesome.
Folks, that was Vinny the Falconator that joined us tonight, man. For those that don't know, I mean, I don't know how you wouldn't know. I mean, he's all over social media. He's all over the press. He's everywhere, man. This guy, unbelievable. Just those words that he uttered, man, just boom, global icon.
it speaks to today where, he's taking advantage of this 15 minutes and hopefully it's more. But you can have a moment. I'm sure he didn't.
Oh, yeah.
As he said, he probably wasn't looking for that.
Yeah.
But it's just amazing to me that he's taking it. He seems like he's so laid back and chilled, but all the good things happening to him, man. That's a great thing.
It is. It definitely is, man. I mean, I consider myself a super fan of Providence, Rhode Island, and I don't think there's anybody in this area that can argue that. My good friend that's in the chat somewhere, he was earlier, Kenny Sambaria. We're the locals here. I might have to. We might have to talk this out, man. I think I might et you out just a little bit, but no, man. It's all in love. It's all in fun, man. Unc, man, I appreciate you taking the time out tonight, man, and joining me, man. Again, Smitty couldn't be here tonight, man, but like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, send your prayers, send your well thoughts to Smitty and family. And everybody in the chat, thank you so much for taking the time. All the viewers that we've had tonight, thank you, everybody. Thank you. If you haven't been to the platform yet, 95 North Falcons Talk Show, please go and visit it. That's my platform, man. Please hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Unc, please plug in yours.
Uncle Steve's Lounge. Y'all make sure y'all check it out tomorrow. I have the Monday Minutia tomorrow, and we'll talk about the upcoming schedule release this week and a lot of other stuff. So thank you, Berto, for allowing me to share the stream with you and be on here. Appreciate you, brother, as always.
Absolutely. Thank you. And on that note, folks, everybody in the chat, have a great night. We'll see y'all soon, man. Peace.